Hi, I'm Kantari, and this is another video of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, a game where totally accurate battles are simulated in a manner which is total, accurate, and most importantly, battle. As before, I've decided that my own commentary is about as entertaining as debating whether or not you left the oven on, and so this video's commentary will also be generated by AI. However, in the last video, the AI's commentary failed to be even conceptually relevant to the game, let alone what was actually happening, and for some inexplicable reason my twisted mind thought spinning made the footage more engaging. It didn't, and now we all have to suffer for it. But enough about that. I've decided on an alternative approach to the AI commentary. I'm going to give each battle a brief description, and then the AI will have to think of something interesting to say about it. So in a purest sense, the following commentary is no longer entirely generated by AI. But hopefully it will be better than whatever I might have said about it with my clearly inferior brain and stubby little limbs. Anyway, the AI isn't going to read any of this, so I can say whatever I want now. Did I ever tell you about... In this battle, we will answer the age-old question of whether an army of elephants, or mammoths rather, would successfully stave off an attack from multiple tanks. While this is obviously a hypothetical battle, the rules are based on real-world science, and it allows us to use our imagination to play with the various factors which may not be fully understood yet, such as... If you have suggestions for the army size, unit quality, and numbers, feel free to comment. In many ways, the battle will represent a classic tank battle, so I would advise that you familiarize yourself with the real battle of this kind. I know that tanks had their heyday, but this kind of battle, while not something that really happened in the real world, is still a very interesting look into the real and not so real world of tanks. This video will feature a few different game types, including both sides using a full lineup of tanks up to and including the heaviest, largest, and most powerful tanks, and also including a lineup of smaller and more nimble tanks to see how they would fare. We will have a single tank-on-tank firing sequence to see how all the tanks do, so this is no flanking or flank fire or anything of that sort. This will be very realistic, and we will see how all the tanks do, even at this scale. In this battle, we are going to determine the outcome of a peasant uprising. This uprising would have the potential to become a major and bloody civil war had it not been for the timely intervention of two nearby nobles. Now, of course, with a potential civil war, you know what that means. The civil war has never been settled so quickly before. The two nobles who intervened between the peasants and their uprising are King Philip II of Spain and Emperor Barbarossa of Germany. Now, Barbarossa is a real-life emperor and not just a name. He was the emperor of Germany during the mid-12th century, and he would later go on to become a hero during the First Crusade. Philip II was a king of Spain from the late 15th century until his death in 1958, and the king of Spain at the time of the upsurge was his son, the heir apparent, Don Carlos. So if you're wondering, Don Carlos gets to be the good guy, the peasants get to be the bad guys. And by the way, the good guys didn't lose the war. Their intervention stopped the Civil War from ever happening. The outcome of this battle is decided by... Yeah, it's a bit of a mess right now. Basically, my forces were all pushed back by the Germans into a forest. Also, the two of my generals have been killed by the peasant soldiers. We are not going to bother with that battle. Instead, I'll simply wait for my turn to be attacked, and then I'll go into my own game. I was attacked by the German King Barbarossa. I went into a defensive posture and we went to a standstill. Barbarossa took his turn and sent an advance force of knights to push into my territory. Now, let's watch the video. In this battle, we are going to watch a pirate and a ninja fight, along with all of their simple-minded apprentices. The only thing we don't get to see is how the battle turns out. I'm sure it goes the same way as most battles. For now, we just get to watch the fighting. And we get to watch it in a totally accurate fashion. This is really the pinnacle of battle simulation gaming. A ninja and a pirate battle. Both of them are wearing clothes that are meant to be worn in battle. Pirate. Ninja. This battle is going to be epic. We are all super excited. And I feel a little bit sad because that sword is just like really sharp. They both have a sword in each hand. And they both swing at each other. And they both are blocking each other. It looks cool. A sword just cuts through things. But in the end, a sword is actually... In this battle, we are going to basically reenact For Honor, but without the knights. It's just Vikings versus samurai now. Makes an air kicking motion with his hands. We are going to go first with the Vikings. Time to put you all in your order and positions. You're going to be in a Viking horde. You're going to be going for the Wall of Fire. When you're going for the Wall of Fire, you're going to basically throw fire down at your enemies. You're going to do some burning of ships, but that's not what the Wall of Fire is for. What the Wall of Fire is for is to let your enemies know that you are there, that you are right there, and you're going to let them smell your fire. They're not going to be able to shoot you because you're right up close and personal. So basically, what the Wall of Fire is going to be is basically just like in The Lord of the Rings, where the little orc's in the background, waves his arms and makes orc-like noises. Have a fire that you just kind of run into. They know it's there, and they will react. And so we're just going to do that. We're going to simulate a Viking horde. So basically, we're going to create like 5 or 6 Vikings. They are going to be in a circle, so it's going to look like they are going into the Lord of the Rings. So basically, we're going to have a formation that's like that, pointing to his position. He's going to be going there, making a hand grab motion. He's going to be at that position. A motion for a charge, and he's going to be going here. A motion for a... In this battle, we are going to do exactly the same thing as we did last time, but instead of Vikings, it's a horde of angry raptors. It might be a little bit too easy, though. Also, I should have mentioned this in the video, but instead, I'm thinking about how to go on and talk about tactics. Oh well, here we go. Alright, in order to do this, we're going to need to start by going to the left side of the screen and making sure there's a nice long road, as shown in the following screenshot, which will be referred to as a long road. Let's now go back to the starting location then, and see if we can get its surroundings to match up to the long road. We'll start by looking up, then we'll look left, then we'll look right, and finally we'll look behind. Oh, and yes, we'll have to stand in this spot for this to work. Otherwise, we can jump directly out of the long road. This is a really close matchup, so we'll start by using the M key, which means move, to move left, then left to go straight, then U to go up, then D to go down, and finally R to go right. The following screenshot will show you a list of changes we just did. And here's the result. And what we'll want to do is make sure that the next area we go through matches up with this area. And the way we do this is A to go straight, then A to go up, then L to go left, then L to go left, and finally F to go down. The screenshot will show you the results of all the things we just did. There we go. It's ready for combat. And if you look on the top right hand side, in this battle, we will see what might have happened if a lot of hobbits were to do battle with several cowboys. This will be made on the battlefield of the Battle of Pelennor Fields, and we will have a hobbit party of 2. So sit back, relax, and watch a battle simulation where hobbits are totally awesome. If this sounds like something you'd be interested and would like to see more of, you should subscribe. It only takes a second, and you will get access to the premium content of this channel, as well as the chance to support this channel through Patreon. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please click that like button down there, and maybe also subscribe. There's a lot of good books to read. Some are great for your soul, while others are fantastic for your brain. If you're looking for something new to read and have enjoyed good stuff in the past, I hope this list of suggested books for 2019 will help you find something you'll like. The Wheel of Awesome by... In this battle, we are going to have one tank fight a lot of skeletons. Count them, or don't. Yes, they have 4 of them. 4 skeletons. I would ask why, but it wouldn't matter. It's a long explanation and probably too long for this video. The battle starts with Kantare in a tank. Skeletons run up to the tank and the skeleton captain says, "I do not understand. I am a warrior. I have a great soul. I have killed many warriors, but I do not understand." Kantare responds, "What? Am I killing them? I am going to kill you and your stupid squad. We are going to take this war zone." If you're confused at any point in the battle, just click on the screenshot. It will tell you what happened. We see Kantare killing the skeletons one by one. Skeletons come closer to the tank, and the skeleton captain says, "I cannot understand. I am a warrior. I have a great soul. I have killed many warriors, but I do not understand." Kant. We see the tank and the skeletons fighting in real time. The tank's cannons keep blasting away, and we get a brief description of the skeleton captain's life based on what he says. The captain, Kantare, killed the commander, the skeleton tank commander. He killed the medic. The captain killed the gunner. He killed the engineer. He killed the loader. He killed the cook. The captain killed the radioman. The captain killed the driver. The captain killed the driver. He killed the driver. He killed the driver. The captain 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 killed the driver. In this battle, we watch a classical adventuring party. A tank, a DPS, and a healer do battle against a dragon. Technically. We are playing on a server where everything is accurate and there are no lag problems. We do not use any cheats. However, I am playing a tank and we are fighting a dragon. And the dragon is actually two dragons fighting each other. I don't know if this is obvious from the video, but I use the game settings to turn on/off shadows for the tanks. Also, I did not make up the fact that I'm fighting a large group of enemies. At a certain point, the dragons are going to be fighting each other, so I've taken the time to make sure I set my shadow resolution to a maximum just in case. You will notice that at the very end of the fight, the shadows start to fade, as the shadows do in a movie or a computer game. This is because the fight is about to end, and the dragons are about to take turns. As the fight ends, they share a moment. In this battle, we are going to see if enlightenment truly has any place in the grand cosmic tide of the universe, or if we may as well be living under rocks. It's a very philosophical game. Now, don't expect any real story for this battle. Just try to see how long you can survive. I know that I can always enjoy a philosophical war simulation. But this time, let's talk about why I even bother to play an extremely realistic battle simulator, where even the sound effects and music are all accurate, and for that matter, where the enemies and terrain are accurately simulated in a manner which totally accurately models the world we live in. You know, the one where the world spins on its axis, where we live on a round rock spinning around a fire at the center of the sun. And that means we get some interesting physics in this game. And that also means we get pretty hard battles. This battle actually is as hard as it gets. In case you are wondering, a very large rock actually gets in my way at this point. This is because the simulation model I use in this battle is based on a 3D cube. The following battle was suggested by an AI. I had no part in this. In fact, I didn't even write a script for this part. So I'm going to be coming up with this commentary totally off the top of my head. And you're just going to have to suffer through it. In this battle, we will see if an army of trolls can get the better of a small but well-trained force of knights. Actually, the force of knights is much larger than the force of trolls because, well, those aren't trolls, those are ice giants, because we don't have trolls, and, well, look, just what would happen if I put an actual army down there? There would be no battle. It'd be like the tank incident all over again. And I can't even see what's going on here. What? Let me try trees instead. See, now the trolls are carrying trees. Well, those are giants again, but they're carrying trees, and like, I don't know, what else am I gonna do for a troll? I mean, just... But anyway, I'm not sure this force of knights is actually very well trained either. I'm sure the AI will be satisfied. I'm going to dislike your posts. Closing thoughts? I really wish we had a clown faction. That is all.